What's going on, everybody? I hope y'all had a beautiful Thanksgiving. Kicked it with your family. Ate good, drank good. I know I did. I was out of town in Houston with some family. That's exactly what we did. Hit up restaurants and everything. I gotta work a lot of this off. Already trying to lose weight. I probably gained about 10 pounds while I was down there. But nonetheless, you see the title, see what it is. There's a lot of different spectacles going on television for entertainment over this weekend, which definitely helped, especially for for get-togethers like we had going on down in Houston. We were down there for the weekend. Just got back last night, back here in Dallas, and so we had a lot to watch. From the football games on, the football games on what was that, Thursday on Thanksgiving Day. Some bad teams, but at least with the Washington and Dallas one, that had playoff implications due to the futility of the division. The number one seeds up there at 4-7 in that division. So that was fun, watching the Cowboys take a beat down. And of course, yesterday, all the football games, NFL Sunday, so, we sat back and watched all of those, and that was sad. I had to watch my Raiders go down like that to the Falcons. This shows you that they ain't ready. They're not ready yet, but, I've never been a delusional fan. But I want to rewind back to Saturday. Saturday is where it all went down. The highly anticipated Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. exhibition that everybody's been talking about. Now, I thought they had been talking about it all, for the better part of the year. I thought it was supposed to take place in September. Never happened then. From what I remember, now y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like it was pushed all the way back to, this past weekend of, Thanksgiving, which is perfect, which worked out, especially, for the get-together and everything. It worked out. So, yeah, it was highly anticipated, man. Everybody wants to see, two great fighters, but namely, I think most people were there primarily to see Mike Tyson. We haven't seen Mike in, how long has it been, man? Over 15 years. He's an icon, sports icon. So everybody was tuned in to that. Now, we were looking, me and the fam were looking at, the rules and what the undercard and what the fight was going to entail, and we already started having red flags when we when we saw that the fight was no KOs were allowed. No KOs were allowed, and they were only doing 2 minutes per round, whereas in all the other fights they were doing 3 minutes. So they were putting handicaps on this fight. You're talking about two men over 50 years old, which is understandable, but I think a lot of people wanted to see, expected and wanted to see a Tyson knockout. They were saying this for the longest. Roy's gonna get killed in that ring. Which we don't wish upon anybody, but I think it's more figuratively speaking. They said Roy's gonna get killed in that ring. But there was these handicaps, and when you watch the fight, it was definitely handicapped. It was just, it is what it was. It was an exhibition. It was a spectacle, entertainment. They had a bunch of artists performing, probably more music than it was actual boxing on the event. Then you had Snoop Dogg as commentator, which was absolutely hilarious. He even had a extended performance longer than everybody else for, I think, taking up time for what I'm about to talk about here in a second. The makeup lost time, fill in space within the whole pay-per-view. I think it was $50, man, this exhibition, man. I think Roy and Mike got about $10 million each. They got paid, man. They got broke off. Mauro Ranallo, the announcer from WWE. He's a former announcer with WWE. He was one of the announcers. So yeah, they got in there, put on a quick little show. Mike looked good. Roy looked good. Especially for 50-year-olds. But me personally, I was disappointed. You want to look out for the health of the fighter, but you also want to be entertained. They allowed extended clinching. I think about 60% of the fight was Roy clinching Mike, to keep from catching a huge blow. I mean, let's be serious. Mike dominated that fight. They gave him most of the points in the first, 4 rounds, and then the last half of the fight they gave it to Roy. It's something. It seems like it's something that they just had. I don't want to call it rigged up. Well, yeah, let's call it spade a spade. Rigged up to, make them both look good, put them both in a good light. Like I said, it's just an exhibition. But normally in boxing matches, they'll take points away for excessive clinching. That's all Roy did. And, I understand it. You don't want to catch that shot. That shot from Mike. You don't want that. Be laid flat out on your ass, especially at 51 years old. That's how Roy was fighting. Roy was trying not to get hit in there. Mike was giving him some body shots. You could tell, like I said, in the rule book it said, no KOs. So Mike really couldn't go in like he wanted to. Just giving him body shots, but even with that said, he still dominated the fight. They scored it even. I think Christy Martin's probably the only one that scored it the right way. Those other judges were complete jokes. But they called the fight a tie. Like I said, they were there to protect the names of the fighters. Just put on a quick exhibition, put them in a good light. But Mike dominated the fight. Most of his punches, I think a higher percentage of his punches connected, and he outpunched Roy by about 30. Yeah, by 30. 67 landed to Roy's 37. So you tell me. And anybody saying Roy won that fight or it was a tie, please explain. Let me know how. Let me know how. And I'll direct you to the nearest eye doctor. But that wasn't even the fight of the night, the shock of the night. The shock of the night came in the fight before that. Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. Jake Paul, YouTuber, popular YouTuber. I've seen his name around. I don't know anything about his content. No, he's highly popular. Has over 20 million subscribers on his page. And then you got Nate Robinson, former NBA star. 5'9", and won the dunk contest 2 or 3 times. To jump out the gym, outside of Spud Webb, you've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it, man. Just highly athletic. Highly athletic. So you're wondering where this is gonna go. Wondering how this fight was gonna go. A YouTuber versus a former NBA player. Most people would think the NBA player will dominate. And then let's just clear the room. You talking about a white guy versus a black guy. Let's just clear all the, we ain't got to cover, or we ain't got to cover up or put sugar on anything. Let's keep it all straight up. White guy versus black guy. So what a lot of people are thinking. But, I thought it was, I thought it had to be something to this Jake Paul guy. I saw a couple of his highlights. I was like, man, he's got some hands on him. Then he was favored in the fight. So I thought that was interesting. And he definitely showed why when the fight started. Man, he was throwing some blows, and Nate Robinson was, you can tell Jake Paul had some boxing training, but Nate Robinson, he looked like straight street fighting. If it was a street fight, I'd still give it to Nate Robinson. Getting up in there, be able to, get on the inside and slam him down how you want to, and then whoop his ass while he's on the ground or something. But just straight boxing technique, it was awful. It was a hell of a sight. Nate Robinson rushing in like he's in a street fight over and over again, just rushing him. That's a good way to end up on your face. And that's exactly what happened. So the first one, Jake Paul accidentally hit Nate Robinson in the back of the head. Nate hit the canvas. And, he was saying he was hitting the back of the head. Let that one slide. But then, second one, he caught Nate. Nate looked like that episode of Martin. He was in the ropes. He didn't know where he's at. It's going in the second round. The first one was in the first round. And so all this took place in the second round. And then, about 10 seconds after that, Nate got up, tried to continue the fight, and rushed in again. And Jake Paul closed the curtains on little Nate Robinson. Slumped him. Shocked the world. Nate took a nap on that canvas. Took a nap on that canvas. Flat on his face, with his hands to his side, sleep, out cold. It's embarrassing. I knew from the very second I saw it. I knew the memes were about to start up, and I knew it's going to be viral. It's going to be viral. The world's going to be on his head. Also that, like I said, the main shock came from it. The main shock came from it being a white guy, a white YouTuber at that. And I got enough nuance to know better than that, but just as far as the perception of the public, you're talking about a white YouTuber versus a black NBA player. It adds even more shot to the whole situation for the general public. But like I said, man, Jake Paul, he had some hands, man. You know, I throw some haymakers. That definitely wasn't the guy you want to go rushing in on. That is not how you box. Nate took a nap in that ring. The memes have been hilarious. So yeah, you know, and Nate should expect it, you know. Like I said, it's all entertainment. It's a spectacle. People want to be entertained and they want to have something to talk about. It's always got to be something to talk about. I don't care, you know, how, you know, whichever side, however, you know, way you look at it, whether you find it a hilarious situation or you taking it serious. And, you know, you had a lot of people defending Nate, as they should. You know, people shouldn't be laughing. You know, how many of y'all would have got in the ring? You know, that's true. Most people wouldn't have got in the ring. But they, you know, they got the right to comment. You know, everybody makes jokes about everything else. You know, even some of the same guys that are doing the defending or saying, how dare you? They're quick to joke about something else. Or somebody else's downfall. Nobody's shitting on Nate. I'm pretty sure most people want to see the best for Nate Robinson. But you talking about within the context of a exhibition boxing match. People are going to comment. People are going to comment. Just like they would any other sport. Paul George didn't have to deal with it. It just comes with the game, especially in the internet age. Especially in the internet age. If you ask me, these fans and spectators are a little more tame than what they used to be. You know, you think about those fans, think about those football games that used to be at the Philadelphia Eagles and Cleveland Brown games, tossing beer bottles and all type of, you know, shit at the players when their team doesn't perform well. So, you know, it's a little more tame than that. It definitely was entertaining. You know, a lot of people said, you know, that they got their money's worth with just that incident, with that incident alone. So, you know, I'm interested. You know, I want to see where it goes next, because now you're gonna have a bunch of guys, as you know, that's what I expected. And you know what's been happening. You got a bunch of guys now saying, well, let me step in the ring with that Jake Paul cat. We're gonna have a lot of guys. He got a target on him now. I want to see the Jake Paul. I want to see how he's gonna get down. Hopefully they have more of these. You know, it's just a spectacle. I'm a boxing fan, but you know, this is a spectacle. I like the real stuff, and you know, if they want to have a silly little exhibition like this, hey man, I'm all for it. All for it. And Nate'll be all right. Nate Robinson will be all right. He'll bounce back. Doesn't take away his accomplishments that he made over the course of his NBA career. You know, Chicago Bulls, Boston Celtics, you know, OKC, you know, multiple teams, man. He always made an impact. As a 5'9" guard. Very athletic. 5'9" dunking with ease, as if he was a, you know, 6'6", 6'7" or something. You know, that's Nate Robinson's legacy. Yeah, people gonna bring this up, you know, just like, you know, a lot of people may not remember, you know, Sticky Fingers from Onyx. And when he took that beating from the white guy on MTV Celebrity Boxing promotion. So you know. But there wasn't internet back, there wasn't, stuff wasn't going viral back then. You can probably find it on the internet now, but, this is within the moment. This is within the whole viral era, here in 2020. So, it might stick with Nate forever, but, hopefully, just take it as it is, take it as a man, and, you win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. Take it as a man, take it on the chin, and keep doing what you've been doing. Keep doing what you've been doing. It's still hilarious, though. I ain't got nothing else to say. I just wanted to give a little review on the whole fight. Like I said, that was the only one that really entertained me. The other ones, I personally was disappointed with the Tyson and Jones fight. But, you may feel different. If you do, let me know. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think about the whole fight card, the undercard, Badu Jack, who's Mayweather's fighter. He had a fight before the Nate Robinson fight, Let me know what you think about, the whole card as a whole, and do you think they should do more of these? Or you think it should just stop with that? It's a whole big circus. You think they should stop where it's at? Don't do that shit again. I know. Let me know below. Till then, I will holler at y'all later, and I'll have more content. Till then, peace.